Thought Garlett was special, really did. I thought Floyd's such a competitor. I really think he's at the end of his rope. We probably left him, a little too long. But he's a competitor. He's going to keep pitching. He's going to go pitch to pitch. That's what pitchers do. I mean, they keep trying to go pitch to pitch, and they stick with it. And I thought he was the epitome of that. And I thought Garlett was just special. I mean, he just pounded it in there.
Do you know what Clayton Beater was throwing when he got here compared to what he is now? He's throwing like 95?
It was about the same.
Okay.
It's actually, he's every bit of that.
How did you feel about Braxton's home runs?
Well, I'm pretty happy about it. I'm really happy for Braxton. Put some good swings on it. I think his first one gave us a big jolt. I mean, you get a guy down there hitting at the bottom of the order that, has some presence. It always helps.
I guess in the late innings, what's the biggest difference you saw today that was missing yesterday?
Oh, well, late innings yesterday, I don't know if it was that close. And so, really, today was a new day. Guys showed a lot of grit, a lot of character. As far as staying in there and playing the game the right way and playing 9 innings. Had a few things there in the middle of the game you'd like to have back. But really thought the core of our team did a great job of sticking with playing the game the right way, and thought the bullpen guys were ready to go. That's probably the simplest thing for your question. They were ready to go when their name was called, and they know. I mean, there's a bunch of other ones down there. We'll call on them and expect them to come in and execute pitches.
So, what's kind of going through your mind, or what were you thinking when it was 8-0?
When it was 8-0, really in the middle of the first inning, I was ecstatic, based on looking at Bonin and his mound presence and his stuff, because it's off the charts. I mean, there's just not many guys with that kind of stuff. What he probably had a hard time doing today was moving on from a pitch before. Whether it was a hit, whether somebody squared it up, no matter what the situation was. And so you're looking at a guy, he's a kind of competitor and has a kind of mound presence, what you're looking for. Really felt like him and Killian felt like both their starts. It felt like spring training starts to me, where guys go out and they throw their 30 pitches or their 50 pitches, and okay, I'm good. Hey, the rest of you guys get to pitch. Unfortunately, college baseball, it's not how it works. We kind of need them to go a little more than a spring training start. And but the rhythm and timing's an elusive thing, and those guys really been on the mound only a few times. I mean, that's about their 4th time on the mound against hitters this spring, and looking forward to seeing those guys get going. Probably weren't thinking I was going to say a stat.
I wouldn't say that.
We get to hit 9 times. I mean, I'm not going to say the outcome, but by any stretch. I mean, that's sure don't have to do that every day.
What about what you think of Lanning?
Lanning came in and executed pitches, and one thing that's in a pitcher's DNA, if there's a guy on third, usually they don't want him to score, and really surprised me when a ball's hit back to him and he didn't know where to go. That's really a sign of a guy that's been a pitcher only for a long time, because anybody that's played baseball, ball hit back to you, you're on the mound, and it's a force at home. We all know to throw it home for a long time, like since we were little kids, right? And that's really surprising to me. Maybe it was, if you want to give him an excuse, maybe because he didn't pitch any last year. He sat out last year, didn't throw in the summer, and maybe the game sped up on him. Maybe it surprised him the balls hit back to him. But, was excited. Really, he threw the ball okay. You got to play baseball too, though, and that's the thing that you take your Brave staff of back in the, I guess is the 90s, right? Glavin and Maddox and Smoltz, those guys could always, Avery, those guys could always really field their position. And he's a guy, I mean, he should be able to do that. But that was definitely a, what'd you call that, a mental and a physical mistake? The mental first and then the physical after. You definitely want to eliminate the mental.
Going back to when you're down 8-0, I mean, the fact that the wind's blowing out 30 miles an hour to the left, does that kind of let you know that you're capable of coming back and scoring?
I don't want to say it's because of the wind, because I mean we like our team. Does it increase your chances? Absolutely. College baseball, I mean, there's, it's crazy things can happen. I mean, I don't know if you see that too many times in a big league game, because guys come in and and they do their job, and but at the same time, the one thing you will see in a big league game is guys go to the plate and continue to have good at bats, and really proud of the guys for doing that. I thought there was a time in the first where we might, where the inning just gets so long, you're not, you forget to do some things, and it's totally natural. And after that, guys regrouped and played great.
And speaking of liking your team, Gabe Holtz on base all 5 times today and draws 3 walks, which I mean, that's nothing new, but still good to see for you, right?
Yeah, Gabe's, the thing is, I mean, if he goes and separates balls and strikes and makes guys throw the ball to the plate, he's such a good hitter deep in the count, such a tough out. I think him applying some pressure with his legs early in the game, we're down 8-0, I think. I think it helped. I think it made Nelson feel some pressure, and I think he did it a couple times, and Gabe's a lot of fun to watch.
And the fact that among your many personnel losses last year were some key bullpen guys,
yeah.
How much of a lift is it to see the bullpen do what it did, to go, 7 innings with 1 run?
Yeah, you don't want your bullpen to go 7 every day, that's for sure. But at the same time, game 2, if you get to pitch 6 guys and they all get their feet on the ground, they get game experience, they should grow from that and they should get better. Everybody that went out there had that opportunity, and really excited for all of them moving forward. Again, though, I don't think any of it's possible without Garlett coming in and just being really special. I mean, he was tough to hit today, and he's going to be a guy that is going to be able to help us. The
fact that you were down 8-0, what was kind of the vibe in the dugout after the top of the first?
Kind of like we're either going to roll over and die here, or we're going to fight back and get it done, which we did.
How was it kind of catching from Trey out there for those 3 innings, another Lubbock native?
It was good. He was throwing really well. Yeah, I love playing in front of the Lubbock crowd when you're from Lubbock, so I'm sure he had a good time.
What did you think of your game at the plate today?
Definitely proud of it. Hopefully I can keep repeating and swinging the bat like that. It felt good up there, so hopefully that continues.
How much is it? How much are y'all pushing each other at catcher with you coming back, having some experience, started some games last year, and a couple of talented guys coming in to push you?
There's definitely competition, and it's good. Makes one another play much better and try to achieve more. But yeah, there's definitely competition and makes us better every day.
Taylor, I guess, how do you feel like you changed the flow of the game when you went out there?
At first I gave up a hit, and I think everybody was thinking the same thing was going to happen that's been happening the whole game. And once I settled in, I think some guys know that like we're going to be good after that and that I can settle in for multiple innings after that. But, you know, I was just trying to go out and throw strikes. I feel like we struggled a lot with that at the beginning of the game, and that's all I was trying to do when I got in.
How did you feel your stuff was working today? What were you kind of working with, and what was working for you?
Yeah, I was working mainly slider. That's usually what I do, and I think fastball was probably a little off today. Throwing some changeups to lefties, but yeah, definitely working the slider more than anything. Spent a lot of time in junior college with runners on base, coming in late game, so I almost feel like I can play pretty well at that point in the game. I think you just got to lock in on the hitter instead of dealing with runners. Almost bases loaded almost makes it easier because you know nobody's running. So focusing on the plate, it's a lot easier. Just trying to lock it in even more when you get to that point. I think we definitely think people aren't think we're not going to be as good this year as we were last year, but we're trying to work through it. Right now we're just trying to find guys that we can get to come in and we know they're going to do the job right. And I would say the vibe in there is everybody wants to get in at some point. So I mean they're anxious, but at the same time it's a little uneasy trying to get used to the routine and who we're going to throw out and what position. So I think everybody just wants their turn at this point.
You mentioned at junior college, what role did you kind of have last year?
A lot of one-inning closing type games. We would play a 7 and a 9 each day, and I would pitch behind some pretty good starters in junior college. So I would throw the 7th inning, 9th inning, 1 inning a game. And you know, we had a few games, talking to Hayward after the game, that would go extra innings. I'd throw 3 or 4 innings. But besides that, it was 1 inning, so most I've thrown in a while today, so that felt good.
And now see attendance at 4,400. If you didn't normally pitch in front of crowds like this.
Maybe like 44, yeah. But yeah, when I first got in there, I was telling this guy, I was freaking out a little bit, but the crowd's great. I mean, they're easy to get behind for sure. I think you just got to get used to how crazy they are when you first get in there. And once you know that they're behind you, then you start to settle in a little bit.
In that situation, can you kind of feel the adrenaline? Do you have to caution against overthrowing, or do you think that gives you an extra mile or two velo?
I think it definitely gives you velo. I mean, we were watching guys go out of the pen today and yesterday, and we've been watching them all fall and spring, and we haven't seen numbers that we've been seeing. So I think adrenaline definitely plays a factor. You start throwing the ball right down the middle, but you're throwing it harder than you ever have. But I think once you get comfortable, you start settling back to your normal velo. But I was definitely thought I was throwing it harder than I usually do when I first got in, just from shaking a little bit and feeling the crowd from not pitching in front of people like that. But it was fun.